So my first advice that I'm still surprised at the number of people that don't do this is write your own business plan. Whether you are thinking of having a business or whether you already have a business, you should definitely have a business plan. Whether you have a business degree or not, and whether it's a complicated idea or if it's just something simple like painting mugs and you're employing yourself only and selling them on Instagram, I still think you should have your ideas written down on paper. And thankfully, there's so many tools online. You can just Google how to write a business plan, and there will be some ideas. And the reason I highly recommend that you write one is first, your idea develops as you write your business plan. I'll give you an example, and I'll share my own experiences with you. Secondly, if you are ever trying to grow your business or share your idea with someone else, you can always give them a document and it will be very clear from your document what it is that you're doing. And thirdly, as your business progresses, or let's say things change, the business plan will be a great reference point for you to reassess what you're doing, how you're doing, if you're happy with the direction it's going in, or if at some point you're lost and you don't know what's your focus anymore. The business plan is a great thing to revisit, to reapply all that you're doing. So coming back to my own experiences and how the business plan helped me is that when I started the business, before I started the business, a friend of mine, Idil Bayram, who still helps the brand a lot, who has a business degree, who was a banker, helped me write my business plan while I was still working at No1. At that time, I didn't know that I am going to have my own business. I was kind of thinking about it, and I had wanted to create a line of dresses. I was very inspired by Mary Katranzu, the print-based, the London-based fashion designer who makes beautiful clothes with prints. And since I had an interest in prints and I mainly worked with prints, I thought that I want to make dresses with prints. Now, having done a business plan and the financials, I decided not to do prints and I decided to start with scarves because I wanted an idea that was more viable, had less variables. So, doing dresses and clothing requires a bigger investment, a bigger team. You have to buy all the accessories that come with it, like buttons, zippers, and I really didn't want to go into that as a brand new business. I wanted to have one product and have one variable, and in my case it would be flat, so it would be textiles and I would not need to think about shape and sizing and everything like that. So the business plan was how I determined I wanted to do that. So that's why it's very important to put it down on paper. The second thing that happened is over the years, especially when you've been in business for 1 year, you start meeting all these people and everyone starts to telling you you should do this and that, and you're starting to get some statistics, maybe some sales, and they're starting to shape your idea and maybe even change your idea. Maybe you wanted to try something that you wrote in your business plan and that's not working and you want to change things. So going back to your business plan, you can really identify if that's what you want to do, if you're okay with changing that, or you want to keep pursuing your idea. So in my case, for example, I was meeting all these people, all these great people who were recommending that, I rebuild my website and they can do this for me and they could do that event for me and we can pay this celebrity to wear my stuff and do this and that. And at one point I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to spend $1 million trying to do all this, but what is ultimately my brand about and what ultimately do I want to focus on? So revisiting my business plan, so some things were very reassuring. So I realized that even over the years, my idea hadn't changed and the concept is still there, and I don't want to change my concept and I want to continue in this direction. But on the other hand, I understood that certain things had changed, like the competition. Competition that I identified 4 years ago has completely changed. A, because some of the brands I identified don't exist anymore. B, there are many more new brands that are there that I didn't take into consideration. C, the brands that I thought were my competition didn't end up being my competition, and ones that I didn't think became my competition. And then there were many other things like the power of social media that I didn't account for. So kind of rereading my plan that was written 4 years ago. By the way, I haven't updated it since because everything's a work in progress, and as you understand, on a daily basis. You have so many things to deal with. But reading it 4 years later really gave me perspective on what I was doing. And as a business owner, you're constantly re-evaluating your focus and am I going the right direction? Am I doing the right things? Am I happy with how the business is moving along and growing or not? So definitely have a business plan. A business plan is also a great way to troubleshoot if something goes wrong. What if you're not matching your expectations? What if you're not reaching the goals you wanted to reach, whether it's the sales, the financials, the press, the prestige, or you're just not happy doing what you're doing? So the business plan is kind of a great point of reference for all those things. So once again, definitely write a business plan no matter what stage of your business you are, and no matter if you are a finance business person or not.